Tubers, Tubettes, the ever-widening circle of crazy people. How are you tonight? It's Saturday the 27th of February, and I have not been making videos for the last almost 2 weeks because I've been very busy. And anyway, I thought I would do a little channel update, a little review of what's been going on for the last couple of weeks, potpourri, if you will, of information. And I won't take all day. I'm going to go over a little bit about Jason Evans, the local musician that had a stroke. I just want to bring you guys up to date on that, those that are familiar with Jason. I want to tell you a little bit about a car buying experience with May and I, and what that entails. And what else? Inter-island travel. Update on that. And then I have a friend that tried to get into Thailand, and I wanted to tell you what happened with him in case you're thinking about going to Thailand. Doesn't mean it'll happen to you, but I just want to tell you what did happen to him, if I can find his message on this other phone. I tried recording this on my brand new Samsung, and it kept saying that this microphone was overheating the phone. So here I am back on my old phone. It's always something, isn't it? Anyway, Jason is recovering nicely. If you don't know the story, Jason Evans is a local musician. He's here on kind of a limited budget, and he's had a lot of medical issues his entire life. And then he had a stroke. And so his family, actually his ex-wife, set up a GoFundMe in America. Great ex-wife, huh? And she raised a bunch of money, the majority of it actually, to pay for his hospital bills. And then here through my channel and through a fundraiser that we did, when I say we, myself and Stash Wagner, and a guy named Ralph who owns a resto bar named Grumpy's. We had a little benefit for him on Wednesday. We raised some funds there. So the good news is, number one, the majority of the money for his medical bills are covered. And I think we've also got some money stashed here in my little safe to help pay his rent and stuff like that for the next month or two while he recovers. Hopefully he's going to come home for the next 2 or 3 days. He is going to require quite a lot of physical therapy. And believe it or not, there's a physical therapist here in town that has donated her talent to him, or her abilities, if you will, for free to help him in his rehabilitation. So that's the good news, and that's people pulling together, doing the right thing, and we just can't tell you how much we appreciate all of you here locally and in your home country, those that sent money to the GoFundMe or to the channel or participated at the fundraiser itself. So that's that. Good news. Jason's feeling better. Seems like the financial issue there is solved. And I'm going to end on that note with Jason. Car buying experience. It's come to my realization that it's probably time for me to start looking for a car. May and I want to travel about our own island, and also there's just been too many motorcycle accidents that we've not personally witnessed, but our friends and other people that we don't know have been involved in. Just heard about a new one tonight. And so the scooter will still get utilized here locally where we're familiar, but for any kind of long trip or distance, we don't want to risk it. It's just too much. I don't care, pants, helmet, shoes, the whole enchilada. People are getting broken bones and getting hurt, and I've just felt that a small car will work best for us. I'm going to look for a used car. But today, May and I went out and looked at new cars of the 3 models that I'm considering: Kia, Hyundai, and Toyota. And I won't kill you with details, but they're all about the same price. And the reason that I went to go look at the new models is I wanted to get a baseline of what a new one costs, and then I can kind of, in my mind, I can go backwards. That's how my brain works, and kind of assess a value, if you will, to a 1-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old car of that make and model, the miles. They don't have Kelley Blue Book out here. They don't have Carfax. They don't have any of that kind of information. So it's something that I'm going to have to do manually. And I was in the car business for a number of years, so I have a process. And I don't mind spending the money. I'm not into big negotiations. If the price is right, I'll just offer the price and buy the car and go from there. But we just want something that's reliable and dependable. We don't care if it's pretty or not. And just to go from A to B. And we would like to take some longer trips. Speaking of longer trips, the rumor has it, and it's not, I don't believe it until I see it out here, trust me. March 1st, in a couple of days, they're supposed to open up all of the Philippines for inter-island travel. Now, whether that's true or not, I honestly don't know. But I keep hearing it from people, and I keep reading it in, I think, verifiable documentation, news, TV, etc. And so if that's the case, May and I aren't going to go anywhere for the first month, because my idea is that her and I would jump on a ferry and we would go, say, to Bohol, or we would go to Siquijor, or we'd take a flight to Palawan, or we'd go up to Cebu, just to get out of Dodge for a while. And then what I'm terrified about is that a week later they're going to change their mind and say, well, you know, this new strain came out, so we're locking everybody back down again. Because I got news for you, kids. They changed their mind out here like you wouldn't believe. And so I said, let's let it play out. If March 1st it works, and I can witness, I can observe everybody getting out and about and enjoying themselves, then we'll jump on the bandwagon and we'll take our little trip. And we'll be able to vlog from there. I have a friend, excuse me, I'm going to reach and get my other phone here, who had to go home. I'll leave his name out of it, due to a family circumstance. And he's been locked out of coming back over because of COVID. And so what he's decided to do is go to Thailand, because Thailand is open for tourism. What I'm being told by him is that once you get to Thailand, they are requiring you do a quarantine. I believe it's 14 days, but they're opening up some pretty nice hotels, like 4- and 5-star stuff. So if you got to spend 14 days and you're in a 4- or 5-star hotel, I get the feeling it's not too bad of a stay. You'd be able to go to restaurants and all that. So probably use a pool. I don't know. I mean, I'm just guessing on that. But from what I understand, it's a pretty good 14 days if you got to be quarantined. And so that was his plan. And he booked a ticket. And let me see if I can find his message here. So anyway, and he used a service to do this. And I'm just going to read this to you. I got this today from him. He says, so here's a story for you. All packed. Spent the night before the flight in TWA Hotel at JFK. Got the $360 COVID test and their fit to fly document. Went to check in at the gate 10 hours later, and they said the fit to fly was no good. Not a doctor's document. So I could not board the airplane. Back to square one. Try again on March 10th. Overall loss, $1,000. That was his experience. I'm not telling you that's going to be yours, but I just thought I would relay that to you. And then I said, my reply was, so what is a doctor's document? And some other stuff. And he said, Thailand mandates that you have both a statement, document, from doctor that you don't have COVID, and a negative COVID test. This COVID test had only the results of the test, although it said fit to fly. such is life sometimes. And so we continued our conversation. So he had, from what I'm hearing here, he had a document that said he doesn't have COVID, he passed the test, he's fit to fly, and they wouldn't let him on the plane. So he has to have an actual doctor's statement along with it. Where all this came from, if it's coming from Thailand or the airlines, I didn't get into it with him. But I just thought I'd share that with you guys as a public service announcement. What else is going on? Oh, okay. I've been toying around with the idea of a membership on my channel. And I was going to try to do it March 1st, but I can already tell that I'm not going to have time to set it all up and start doing things. But it's going to be 99 cents a month. I know, that's a lot. And the only reason I'm doing it is I've said it before, is this is going to be a little test balloon, basically for May's channel. But what I want to do on my channel is I want to do things that don't relate to the Philippines at all. And I've got a ton of videos that I've already done that are on private, because I keep all of these videos as a private personal diary of my life here. I just want to have something to reflect on or give to my kids or grandkids in the future when I go to the happy hunting ground. And so I thought, you know, that would be fun to share some of these stories with people because they're really funny. And other people have said, hey, can you do a video about the car business or how to buy a car? Or I could just tell some fishing stories and just golf stories and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Go into politics or go into religion. But the reason I've never done that on this channel, or tried not to at least, is because the title is Paul in the Philippines. And so people that tune into this channel are expecting to hear from Paul in the Philippines, talking about my life here in the Philippines. I want a channel, or I want an outlet, if you will, be the same channel, where I can talk about things that have nothing to do with the Philippines. Maybe about the time I got arrested 30 years ago. That would be a funny story, because a lot of funny stuff has happened. As I'm sure if you've, you know, reached the ripe old age as I have, you've got 1,000,001 stories. Some of them are sad, some of them are glad, some of them are happy, some of them are nuts. And I'll do my best to try to relay that. And I just want to see what'll happen. So what I'm going to do is sometime next month, I'll get this membership thing going. I'll wait till 5 or 10 people become members, and then I'll put out a video and do some anecdotal stuff that I would like to do. And I just want to see how it works and get some feedback. And I might be able to kind of go off the reservation a little. And May and I have a project that we're doing for her channel. And again, that is running way behind. We got caught up in this Jason thing, and which we were happy to do, but it took us off track. And then out of nowhere, for the last month, we've been meeting a lot of new people that know about the channel. And some guys have been here for some time, and we just never saw each other. And I don't know who they are, but they know who we are because of the channel. So they've come over and introduced themselves. And we've sat down and had coffee, and we just had lunch today with some folks that are not only our friends, but now they're our neighbors. So I'm going to try to do an interview with them. I'm going to do an interview in March with Stash Wagner. I'm going to have him actually play his hit song, and we'll go ahead and take the strike on the copyright strike on that. But what the hell? And then I'll have a second interview with him, because the first time I talked to him, everybody said I talk too much. I should have let him speak more. And then May has got some stuff going on, but it's top secret, so we're just going to keep it that way. And that's a project that we've been trying to do, and it just hasn't happened. So anyway, that's it, boys and girls. This is going to be my last video for this month, and my only video that I've pretty much done. I think I've only done 4 or 5. And I just want to appreciate all the guys that for some reason have subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much for that. And have been watching my playlist and asking me a bunch of questions. I've also been really crappy about comments. I've not been getting back to comments as I should. And that, again, has just been a time thing. May and I have been running around all day. And just be honest with you guys, no BS, is I could get on the computer and I could go onto the comments, but I just like, I'm just done. You know, now it's hot. It was raining, and now I'm all sunburned and stuff because the weather's taking a turn. So that's it. I'm going to keep you abreast of Jason. I'm going to keep you in the loop on the car and the process and all that. Keep you in the loop on what happens when they lift the restrictions. And we might break down after 10 or 12 days of it loosening up instead of a month and go to another island. And I'd love to go over there and kind of show you guys around some of the local stuff here. Get out of the house, get out of Negros Oriental. And if we do buy a car, we want to actually circle this island. And we'll do a lot of exterior stuff. The interesting thing is, May bought me a brand new phone, and I got these whiz-bang microphones. And I'm using my old camera right now because my new camera overheated twice because I was using these microphones. So yet another technical challenge for Uncle Paul to figure out. All right, kids, thanks for tuning into the Old Dog Channel. I will see you in March. Thanks. Bye.